Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the Libra reading for October for all Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and of course cross watchers are also always welcome. Thank you for your patience, Libra, and let's just jump right into it and see what's going on for your October, please. So how have you been? How has your birthday been? Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. We're starting out with the Hierophant and the Five of Wands. It's been a little bit of struggle with regard to something to do with structure, whether it's a company that you work with or building management if you happen to be a renter maybe. We have the Ace of Wands. And we also have the Sun to clarify for the Hierophant. Let's find out what the other clarifiers are so we can get a bigger picture about what's going on exactly for you. So we have the King of Wands in the reverse. And that's going to clarify for the Five of Wands. And lastly, we have the Four of Cups to clarify for the Ace of Wands. So again, we have something that was supposed to start out as being, it was supposed to be something that was wonderful. Maybe you started a new job or at a new school, at a new university, that kind of thing. Maybe you moved into a new building, as I mentioned. And it was supposed to be wonderful. It was supposed to be amazing. It was what you'd always been looking forward to. But there's been some conflict with other people within this particular company of whatever type it is, and it has to do with it's kind of pulling you out of any kind of excitement. Obviously it's going to take away any kind of excitement or desire to sort of really want to be there, unfortunately, because that's I hate when that happens. You know, when you're really looking forward to a new whatever it happens to be, you're really excited, everything seems so great. But it's just, for whatever reason, some people or a few people within that particular scenario, whether, again, like I said, whether it's a new job and it's your coworkers, or it's a new building and it's your neighbors, that kind of thing. But some of them they're kind of spoiling it for you. And they're making you feel like almost regretting that you made that decision to do that move. And the thing I'm seeing right now is that there's a spark that's coming into you. Now, it could be coming closer to the end of the month, and it's got with it, it's being clarified by the Four of Cups, so it's literally the download that you're receiving that you're not seeing at this particular moment is going to be the spark, or is that spark that's intended to start up that new drive or that new desire in you. And it's just a matter of literally churning. So taking the focus away of how you're looking at the situation at this particular time, and really pulling yourself into looking at either the bigger picture or seeing it from an angle that you can't currently see. Now remember, we just had the new moon in Libra on Friday, on the 16th. So that could be something that's starting this new vision for you, this new desire. And it's really going to come almost out of nowhere for you, which is going to be amazing. And let's see if we can get something to help us out with figuring out maybe some healing work to be done to bring that into focus. We'll of course look at your shadows as well and see if we can figure out what shadow needs to be worked on. Just kind of bringing you out of that. Yes, the neighbors or the coworkers might be driving you crazy, but something to show that this there still is something wonderful with regard to this particular move that you've made, and it's not, even though you're not seeing it right now because of the space you're in with regard to these other people, the outcome of the situation is going to be immensely positive for you. That's a lot. If you've been with the channel before, you'll notice that there's a new setup with regard to the lighting. I was trying something that maybe might make it a little bit easier to see. I noticed that, oh, there we go. For some, that sometimes the cards are not as visible, especially the ones that are further away from the camera. Light was an option, so let me know what you think. So your crystal card for this particular month is Anandalite. It's a hard one to say for some reason. Anandalite. It's got the number 27 or 25, which goes down to a 7, I should say. And the wonderful thing about that is that 7s are divine numbers. In the fact that it not only is it like an actual number, that's a divine number, but it's actually the number that's telling you from the universe that you are literally being helped right now. And again, that download is coming to you and available to you with regard to what's going on in your current situation. You are where you're meant to be. Again, as I mentioned, this is supposed to be a very positive space for you, as the Sun card shows. And it does have that pink border for you as well, which talks about the heart chakra and really kind of opening that up or healing that in some way. The Anandalite itself is, it's a card of consciousness. So it's very much in tune with being in the here and now, transforming goals, seeking direction. So again, looking at things from varying directions or from varying sides, just to see it, to find that space that brings you back into that spark that will help you to understand that, yes, that initial feeling that you felt before you got there, before you ran into whoever these people are that are kind of making you feel down at the moment, that initial wonderment is absolutely still there, and this is, again, a positive thing for you. There we go. Okay, Libra, so we have the sea turtle with stability. Wonderful statement, especially for this particular time for you. Again, as I've been mentioning and as we've been going through with this particular reading, hanging in there, really knowing that, sort of standing your ground, knowing that this is where you belong, not worrying about the people that are standing against you, not kind of looking to the past to see what you've left behind and wondering if it was really worth moving away from. Stay constant with your own desire. Stay constant with your own positivity with regard to, there was a reason that you left whatever that other situation was, whether, again, home, workspace, what have you. There's a reason why you're in this particular space that you're in now. It's just getting past this bit of animosity that you've been experiencing, and keeping yourself just be you. Try, and it's always very hard, doesn't matter what situation you're in, where you're at right now, with regard to, again, home, school, business, what have you. But just the stability to me is talking and speaking about more remembering who you are and not losing sight of that, not losing yourself in an attempt to defend yourself, as it were. So let's see if we can find a shadow for you. This will hopefully help as well with regard to how to approach There we go. How to approach this particular situation at this time. And what we have is we have Scotty with atonement. Now, this particular kind of atonement I see is really, it's a forgiveness of self, is what I'm hearing, and it's not because you've done anything bad. It's not because you've done anything wrong in where you are right now, or done anything wrong in being here. As I mentioned, you're meant to be where you are. It's more atoning for losing sight of your way. The idea of forgiving self for having that little hiccup, having that little speed bump of those second thoughts based on other people's behavior, other people's reactions, other people's opinions, and allowing those to kind of sneak in underneath your skin, underneath your radar, and allowing them to sort of put any kind of doubt in you. Again, the Four of Cups. Basically atoning to yourself at this time and just saying, hey, Libra, we're meant to be here. There's a reason why we're here. We have all the qualifications. We have just as much right to be here. We pay as much rent. We have all the grades to be where we're supposed to be, where we currently are. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be standing exactly where we are right now. And just give yourself a bit of forgiveness for allowing that sort of maybe lack of self-confidence to seep in a little bit, where you maybe have been questioning that for the past couple weeks. Like, really, maybe they're right. Maybe, get those thoughts out of your head. Atone to yourself and really just say, hey, Libra. I know that sounds kind of lame, and it does, especially when you're doing it to the mirror and you're like, hey, self, I forgive you for not believing in me for, 5 minutes, but hey, we're back now. We have every right to be exactly where we are. We have every right to exist exactly as we do. And yeah, this is where we are. This is where we're staying. And nothing's going to stop us. So this is what I have for you, Libra, for October of 2020. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an honor. Thank you for your energies that allowed these cards to come out. And I will see you in another reading soon. Bye for now.